Good morning, Kwarans. Good day, Nigerians. Good day, wherever you are or wherever you're watching this clip, anywhere in the world. I hope we are fine. My name is Lateef Ishowo, the Director of Media and Communications, PDP Presidential Campaign Management Council, Kwara State. I'm here to talk to us. I'm here to speak to us as Kwarans and as Nigerians. I want to speak to us because there is the need for us to constantly address ourselves so that we can adequately be guided. This is because Nigerian democracy and that of Kwara as a replica is advancing, and we have to keep with the pace of the advancements of our democracy. If democracy is not moving, is not advancing, of course, the people of that particular environment will remain backward. That is why people like me, who has always been known as an author with many books and a writer that has produced pieces that have been published in international journals, local journals, and of course with several articles in national dailies, should be joining politics of Kwara State and Nigeria is an indication to the fact that Nigerian democracy or Nigerian politics, and Kwara as the case may be, should no longer be left to touts or talks to decide for us. That is why intelligent people, smart people, exposed people are now involved in Kwara and Nigerian politics at large. Ishowo is a family, an ancient compound in Ilorin, well known in Ilorin in Kwara State. So is Onilu family in Ilorin. There are several compounds in Ilorin that are ancient and of course that are known in Kwara State and Nigeria. So anybody coming from those families must always think of being a good ambassador of such a family. This is why I want to talk to our brother, Malam Issa Onilu, who just spoken in a video clip that I watched in a retrogressive way that we have jettisoned as citizens of Kwara State. The politics of weight here that characterized the 60s in Nigeria, the politics of Shalaki that characterized the Second Republic of Kwara politics, and the politics of blackmail that characterized 2019 electioneering should be jettisoned. And this is why people like us are now joining politics. If I, Lateef Ishowo, a veteran analyst in Kwara State and Nigeria, an author, and of course, a writer and editor, could accept to be the spokesperson of the Presidential Campaign Council in Kwara State for PDP, we should know that it is no longer business as usual. This is why I felt highly disappointed in our brother, Malam Issa Onilu, who I believe people should learn good things from, positive things from, so that we can take our democracy to an Eldorado. But no, he believe or still think politics of Kwara State is still existing in the past. That is why he could say in the video clip that I watched that certain things that are not supposed to be said by a refined and exposed politician that he is supposed to be. For instance, he talked about Abdurrahman Abdurrazak administration like an administration that is full of policies and talk down on opposition parties that have people that are better qualified than his boss and paymaster. For instance, the people that came together to champion Otoge in the rundown to 2019 general election never thought that the product of that struggle, that the beneficiary of that struggle will be Abdurrahman Abdrazak. Because they are better educated, they are better exposed, they are better politicians that we have always known in Kwara State. Do you want to compare Professor Shuaib Abdurrahim of NNPP as its candidate, or Waziri Gobiri of that of YPP, or even our friend Hakim Lawal of that of SDP, not to talk of the best among them, the candidate of PDP, my party, Alh Shuaib Yaman Abdullahi. Is that the person? Are those the people you are comparing with Abdurrahman Abdrazak? That what do they have to offer? That they had the guts to contest against Abdurrahman Abdrazak. When I watched that video clip, I laughed because I never expected Onilu to belong to that category of politicians who believe blackmail will always work for them at all times. You can fool people many times, but you can't fool them. You can't fool many people at all times. You can't. So you cannot use blackmail in 2019 general election and believe blackmail will still win this 2023 general election. It's not possible. Not even in Kwara State any longer. Kwara State is now setting a pace. It's setting the pace in Nigeria. What pace is Kwara State setting? Now we have exposed people that are participating in Kwara politics. We have an association that is called Regular Callers Association on radio in Kwara State now, that is first of its kind in Nigeria. That should tell you that Kwara State is getting exposed. Kwara State is setting the pace for the country. We now have glees of analysts in Kwara State who form an association too, and we have veteran analysts that association has produced. People that are joining politics now are not people you can always fool. So let me remind you that policies are guides towards implementation of plans. If you have a plan to execute, you must have a policy guideline that will guide you towards execution of such plans. So policies are what you formed to be the framework of implementation of programs you have as a leader or as a government. So let me ask you, what single program will you say Abdurrahman Abdrazak has embarked on that is policy guided? Is it his assumption of office, that he failed to constitute a cabinet for about 5 months between May 29 and November 2019? He couldn't constitute a cabinet, yet he was approving money, he was signing money, he was spending money, and there was no commissioner of finance. A sensitive ministry like education did not have a commissioner for good 5 months. And when they eventually had, they barely spent 1 year before he sent them packing. And for several months after, a sensitive ministry like Ministry of Education did not have a commissioner. Is that a person you are saying has policies that other candidates don't have? That's why I felt disappointed, because it is coming from you. If it is coming from someone I believe is not worth being replied or being reminded, because I believe I'm reminding you, there are things you should know. Honestly, I wouldn't have bothered myself. I don't have such time to be wasting my knowledge, to be wasting my time. But for the benefit of Kwarans whom I want to tow your path, I have to come out to answer, to reply those things I believe you said will not take Kwara politics forward. If I must tell you, or remind you, or give you an example of how policy works, because policy will come from someone who has the prerequisite, education or knowledge prerequisite. And that's why I agree with one-time Secretary of State of the United States, Henry Kissinger, when he stated in 1983 that a leader must have a top mountain view of idea. What he meant by that is that when a leader stands with his followers at the bottom of a rock, he sees what is behind the rock, even without going there. It is like the rock is transparent, whereas the followers are not seeing it. So what he sees will be what he will tell the followers. This is what I want you to do. This is the program. These are the programs I have, and this is how I want to implement them. So when Buchanan Saraki administration came in 2003, he had blueprints. He followed the manifesto of his party. And that's why that administration, from the start point to the end, was full of implementation of policies. It is not just about constructing interlocks that are supposed to be carried out by local government chairmen. In any case, he came on board and sent constitutionally constituted local government chairmen voted into power by the electorates. He sent them packing, disregarding and flouting court orders. Is that the person you said is policy loaded? Till today, the money being sent, he is one of the governors President Muhammadu Buhari was referring to as siphoning local government resources. And he has not been able to challenge that. So when Bukola Saraki administration came in 2003, let me give you two examples. He felt that he had to construct a mandate estate. He chose Adewale along Arch Camp as a place to have a mandate estate. When he put down the mandate estate, he thought that they must have access road. He constructed the road leading to Ilorin West local government. He didn't only do that, he dualized the road from Olorunsogo Yebmot to Gerialimi. So he now felt that in case he didn't want to have anything to do with town, he established a market of international standard, so that it was like he brought everything to anybody who wanted to live in that estate. That is a policy-guided program. It took the establishment of Kwaso to Malete community to achieve three purposes. One, to generate employment for Kwara youths. Two, to ensure that Malete is opened up to the world. And three, to ensure that the people of that community, as a result of the university, become economically buoyant and vibrant. Can you see how policy works now? Now give me an example, just one example of how Abrahaman administration's programs are policy guided. Is it the interlocks that are supposed to be done by the local government? Is it the tanker flyover that virtually every Kwaran called his attention to, that axis do not need a flyover? But because Bukola Saraki constructed a flyover at Post Office, Fatai Ahmad administration constructed a flyover at Gerialimi, Abrahaman Abdrazak must construct a flyover too. People like me, on radio, on television, and by writing, called his attention to the fact that Okolo community needs a flyover so that we can reduce accidents there than Tanke. Tanke is a terminus leading to University of Ilorin, leading to nowhere but University of Ilorin. Again, I was a regular visitor of a radio station around that axis before I took up the appointment of being the spokesperson of campaign council of PDP. So immediately they started the expansion of that route, Abrahaman administration, the gridlock of hold-up, of traffic in that environment that he used as an excuse to construct a flyover there disappeared. So we called his attention that, can you see now, that all we needed was to expand the route. But because he just had to construct a flyover, he went ahead. Is that what you will refer to as being policy guided? Now let me tell you how our candidate is prepared, because your boss, your paymaster, even jettisoned the manifesto of his party and distanced himself from it. Is that the person you claim to be policy guided? Now let me box your brain, sir, on how Alh Shuaib Yaman has developed a blueprint of what he wants to do for 4 years should he win this coming election. When he was asked in a radio station what his plans will be to develop the economy of Kwara State, he brilliantly submitted that a Greek revolution will be what will be used in Kwara North and Kwara South. In Kwara North, he is planning to have cotton revolution in such a way that in Kayama and Barutin, acres of lands will be acquired to accommodate youth, not only from Kwara North, but from from equally South and Central, who will be working in the cotton plantation. In Kwara South, he plans to have starch revolution in such a way that cassava will start being useful to Kwarans, and of course we can export. In the Kwara Central, he plans to use our airport that is big enough with one of the 5 biggest runaway to be exporting flowers on daily basis to Amsterdam. Not only that, when you go to Jeba, Baro community is quite close to Jeba, and the River Niger that the federal government is channeling to Baro, he is planning, if he wins, to ensure that the federal government channel the River Niger to Jeba so that I can have seaports there. So our people can stop going to Cotonou to clear goods, or to go to Lagos to clear goods like cars and some other goods. Isn't that a fantastic plan for Kwarans? What has been the blueprint of Abraham Abrazak that you are glorifying his policies? Does he have any policy at all? And I challenge you to choose any national television of your choice to debate or explain with Lateef Ishowo on any national television of your choice the policies of Abraham Abrazak, and I will tell you the policies of Yaman that we have, the blueprints, the manifesto of our party, and we equally discuss the slogan Otoge in 2019 and why Osuwa has emanated to tackle that now. In any case, if you don't know, Osuwa emanated from the people. If you go to banking hall in Nigeria now and in Kwara State, people are lamenting that the unavailability of cash that has turned them to something else, Osuwa. They are saying it unconsciously. If you go to filling stations now, people are unconsciously saying Osuwa because they cannot even get fuel. When they do, it is very high price. So, if you are not so decorum enough to keep quiet that the federal government has disappointed Nigeria, APC as a party, and in Kwara State, then you shouldn't be displaying, can I call it lack of knowledge, in the general public by glorifying a failed party at national and state level. Not only that, you believe the politics of blackmail must continue. And I don't think you believe in a democracy that is facilitating good governance. I don't know if you have read Nzogula and Talaja's African States in Democracy. There is stated that any democracy that is not bringing to the table, if it has a table at all, of a farmer in a remote village 3 square miles on daily basis, that democracy can be referred to as nonsense. Nigerian democracy under APC administration of Muhammadu Buhari and Kwara under Abraham Abrazak, can you beat your chest that that democracy is delivering good governance to people of Kwarans? On a final note, I do not think an exposed person like you will utter this statement that I heard you saying in the video. Please, Madam Issa Onilu, where you stated that if Alh Yaman is voted, he will cede the Kwara North to Niger State. 5 local governments. Alh Shuaib Yaman will cede 5 local governments to Niger State. It baffles me when you said that, because it's made me think that is it that you don't have the knowledge, or you are just playing politics? If it is the former, you cannot be pardoned. But if it is the latter, that you're just playing politics, well, you may be pardoned. Because I do not believe you don't have the knowledge that no governor under 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended has the capacity, the power, the authority to cede one single local government to another state. You said that Alh Yaman told you that if he becomes governor of Kwara State, he will take his people to Niger State. Abba! Issa Onilu, you are still living in the past. How could he have said that if he had told you that? So you don't know that Orotologmomba at times, if he had told you that, you should know that it's not something you should let be out to the public, because that cannot be done. No governor has that power in Nigeria. Only federal government can create more local government or council local government or cede local government to another state. So it's not possible. But probably you said that as a result of wanting to mislead the general public. Then that would be unfortunate. That would be meaning that you don't love the people of Kwarans. Neither do you love the people of Nigerians. If you love the people of Nigerians, you will not be championing a candidate of a political party, APC, who has become senile, to come and rule Nigeria. You want to hang the fate of more than 200 million Nigerians in the balance by voting someone who has lost his memory. Do you pray to have a child of the character of candidate of APC? If you don't, then why should that kind of person be foisted on us as a people? You people should fear God now. And I never expected this from you, that you will be shamelessly championing a candidate of Tinubu's character. You can see that some people just want to use Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a surrogate to have access to power. Is that the kind of Nigeria you want us to have now? Then on a final note, come out and speak to Nigerians how you feel their pain and Kwarans. I want you to come out, and I want you to advise your party. Probably you didn't hear. Recently, your party in Kwara State said one of Saraki's assassins was caught in the rally of the candidate, the APC senatorial candidate in Malam, Soliu Mustafa, that he wanted to kill Malam Soliu Mustafa, and he was caught. I think Ojulari, or what do they call his name? Somebody that was released from prison, courtesy of your boss. Okay, if Ojulari, why should anybody want to kill Malam Soliu Mustafa? Malam Soliu Mustafa is our brother, is our friend. We can never wish him bad. But that Malam Bolaji Ablai is a very competent person, idea-loaded, young, intelligent, and more qualified than other candidates to lead the good people of Kwara Central in the 10th Senate. It's a fact for which there should be no room for controversy. You know, because you are a friend of Malam Bolaji Ablai. So do you believe that your friend that you have always known will accommodate a character like Ojulari to go and assassinate somebody? If Ojulari had appeared in the campaign rally of Malam Bolaji Ablai, of course, when you are doing campaign rally, you know every sort of person will present there. As he was seen in the campaign rally of Malam Bolaji Ablai, so he was seen in the campaign rally of Malam Soliu Mustafa where he was arrested. For that to have happened, you should know that that kind of person does not have his loyalty residing in a political party. He's just looking for what to eat. So if your party could come out to say that he is one of Saraki's assassins, he should be ashamed. It's unfortunate. We will never toe that line with him. I, as spokesperson in Kwara, in PDP, will never say Abraham Abrazak wants to kill people. Why should I say that? Because I'm decorum. I'm refined. Your governor, I mean, your boss, your paymaster, just told Kwarans a couple of hours ago that Saraki was the one that masterminded the killings of innocent people in Nofa. Is that the kind of politics you want us to continue to promote? Politics of blackmail? It means your paymaster does not even have what to do. Should he win second term? Because that is what he should be telling people now. That's why Atiku is busy telling Nigerians what he would do should he be elected, and Tinubu continue to attack and abuse Atiku and Buhari wherever he goes to campaign. You can see the difference. And in Kwara State here, we have somebody who is capable, very close to Atiku, because we want to facilitate the center, the goodies in the center to our state. We are under Molam Abraman Abrazak now. Nothing has he been able to facilitate concretely from President Muhammadu Buhari to Kwara State. So we want Bukola Saraki to do that for us. Because politics of the center in Nigeria goes beyond the knowledge of people like you. So politics is all about what you can facilitate to your people. Politics of blackmail should be jettisoned in this 21st century if we want our democracy to grow. Telling people in 2017-18, the rundown to 2019 election, that somebody has 17 trillion. Somebody was following allocation of Kwara State and he was collecting 2 billion on monthly basis. Where is the 2 billion he was collecting in Abraman's administration now? Abraman is spending it. So you should know that lies don't last long, and desist from it. I'm just advising you as a brother. I want Kwara politics to be devoid of senselessness, of vituperations, of political chicanery or shenanigans. We want a very peaceful environment as we approach 2023 election. And to Kwarans, cast your vote. Stay by it. And let it be transmitted right in your presence. Do not let your polling unit to be disrupted. Your vote belongs to you to facilitate a better Nigeria to yourself. Don't let anyone bribe you, tip you, cajole you, or even deceive you by blackmailing others because they want to get to political power at all costs. Kwara State, Nigeria will be better for you and I. We are promoting peace in Kwara State as we approach 2023 election. I am Lateef Ishowo, Director of Media and Communications, PDP Presidential Campaign Management Council, Kwara State. As we approach 25th of February 2023, cast your vote for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Cast your vote for Alh Shuaib Yaman Abdullahi as PDP gubernatorial candidate. Cast your vote for Malam Bolaji Ablai as the senator that will represent Kwara Central. Cast your vote for Ibrahim Ajia, who is going to represent Ilorin as the constituency in the Federal House of Assembly. Cast your vote for Alhaj Issa and the rest that are candidates of PDP so that we can have a better environment, a better governance environment, a democracy that will work for you and I. Remain blessed as Kwarans and as Nigeria. Thank you.